Hey there, I'm Ken Gomes, and I'm here to talk about macro practice social work. And over the course of the semester, I've learned a lot about macro practice. And the main thing I learned, it's very difficult, but it's very important. It involves a lot of things like investigating social problems and seeing the causes of those social problems, and what people have written about them and studies and the like, and coming up with interventions for those social problems, and then after that, evaluating those interventions, seeing if they have had any impact, if they work, basically. And that's just a part of it. Another part of it is looking at social welfare policies, social policies, and seeing how they affect our client systems, seeing if they are helpful or are harmful to them, like how it will affect their lives, and advocating for them or changing them so that we could have a better society, improve, people's overall well-being. And yeah, that's just like a tiny piece of social work macro practice, and it's a lot, but it's necessary because it's right in line with with the social work principles, like using the ecological approach. And the ecological approach is looking how different systems like affect our client and their well-being. And it's not just going to be the client on themselves. They're affected by their schools and their community, their surrounding communities, their neighbors, their neighborhoods, and everything. That's what macro practice is. Like, is looking at that and working with people to affect change, positive change. So, yeah, that's the gist of what I've learned about macro practice and its importance. And as a social worker, I mean, I think I would be more comfortable with doing micro practice, just working with individuals and families, but I'm not opposed to working in macro practice. I've done, some advocacy and and part of this 432 class, working on the community interventions. That was a great learning experience, and it was very rewarding, like working with others and being part of something bigger than yourself. And I definitely want to continue that. So, I mean, I'm not going to be limited to micro practice. I don't think any social work can just be limited to micro practice. It's going to be a little bit of both. It has to be both. I mean, there's like organizations and communities that affect individuals. I mean, that's like common sense. So yeah, it was definitely worth it taking this class and learning about that and applying skills out there, and running those, planning and organizing those community interventions, because that was a great experience in macro practice. So it's something I would look forward to working in. And that's about it.